What's good everyone, and welcome to another Sorare video. If you are new around here, then please drop a like on the video and subscribe. I'm coming at you literally just after, as you can see, the transition to Sorare Pro 2024 has just been announced. We had the roadmap released last month with a bit of an insight as to the new strategies and how Sorare is going to be played moving forwards, and they've literally just dropped this. So I'm coming at you literally 15 minutes after it's been released in order to try and get this content out to you guys as quickly as possible. So like I say, I would appreciate a like on the video and subscribing, and if you are new to Sorare, then please use the link in my description. And if you want to know more about my current game week or what's going on with my Sorare profile, then drop me a follow on Twitter/X. That is also down in the description. But we're going to get it straight into this because it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy video. There's a lot to go through, there's a lot going on. So as you can see, 1 month ago we revealed our most ambitious Sorare Pro gameplay update yet. In August, our gameplay will enter a new era as we launch a rewarding new division structure that will provide a clear path for progression. Stuff we already knew about, stuff I'm very excited for, stuff I've been planning around my gallery. This is even more exciting. We also shared our plan for transition phase spanning from the end of March until August to honour our community, give them the needed time to adapt their strategies and ensure a smooth shift to new gameplay. Perfect. Today we're excited to present more details about this transition phase, including the new prize pools for our competitions, a closer look at special weeklies and more. As a reminder, here's what Sorare Pro Gameplay 2024 in August will offer. So more exciting rewards, as we know about, simplified competition structure, which is something we just also saw, and a crystal clear path progression. So here we are, what we've been waiting for, our prize pool reveals. Let's start with a much expected reveal of the competition's prize pools. As a reminder, here's the competition structure will look like, which is what we already knew when we're looking at it, which I'm still very excited for, because it means we have the ability to, like I say, play what we're currently playing at the moment within the capped modes, but then also have the contenders, in-season and classic, challengers, in-season classic, champions, in-season classic, Premier League, in-season and classic, and then at a later date, if you remember back on the roadmap, they are also going to have a Bundesliga and La Liga in-season and classic separate division. So very exciting times ahead. We have put a lot of care into designing the best possible prize pools that will ensure that will make your Sorare experience more rewarding than ever, focusing on the thrill of securing star players and winning top cash prizes, which is what we want for the game. We want to be able to obviously enjoy it, put money into the game, but also reap the rewards. Thanks to our new in-season and classic competition format, introduces a healthy and sustainable card ownership and reward cycle system. Obviously this is something we knew. The classic season cards will be utilised to win in-season cards and cash if you finish in podium. And it says podium for the first divisions, so that's something we now know about. There will be cash rewards if you win that top spot, and obviously it says here preliminary in-season cards to win cash. And obviously the new season starts in August, and the new actual complete revamp of Sorare is officially getting released in August, but it is in this transitional period from the 29th of March, and that just means that the cards we have at the moment will be utilised as in-season cards until August, when I guess they're going to mint new cards for the 2024-2025 season, which means we're going to have from March till August to play with these cards. So if you have 2023-2024 Premier League cards, obviously there's still about 10 games left. Same thing with the Liga, so on and so forth, the top 5 leagues. The new MLS is going to last the whole summer. Same thing with the K-League, so on and so forth. So that is good to know, and that is very exciting. Below is a comprehensive list of the new prize pools across scarcities and divisions, which will be live starting game week 463. And this game week coming up is, I want to say, 457. So not very far away. Like I said, it's 29th of March. Throughout the transition period, managers can now plan and strategize with confidence for upcoming months, which is exactly what we want. Just the transparency of knowing what's to come, what's going to be happening. Please note that the prize pools of our legacy competitions, such as Global All-Star, Under 23 and Cap modes, will remain unchanged during this transition, except for one modification. In Global All-Star, cash rewards outside of podiums will be reallocated in alignment with a new cap, which we knew was going to happen. And this is exciting because it means for you guys out there that are probably watching me that do probably have a smaller gallery and not a gallery that can play 50 lineups, we still have that 240 cap mode where we can still be grinding a threshold between now and August, which is very exciting. I'm very keen to continue working on that. As always, we'll be monitoring our data and expressing any feedback before the start of the next season. So, in the season competition, rare in season is what they've gone with. I'm going to zoom in to help everyone out. So, obviously, we know about the divisions. We don't know how divisions work exactly just yet, but we're going to have a breakdown. So, Division 4, down to 40th, 55 quid. First place, 250. So, interestingly, because of what I can expect is going to happen, obviously you could be in Div 4 and everyone's going to start in Div 4 and work their way up. So we know the whales, we know the guys with the big lineups are going to be towards this top spot, and great. If you win $2,200, happy days. But winning Division 4, that first place, is probably not going to be that big of a score after the first few weeks, because players will be spread out more periodically throughout the divisions, and that means you may win in here, get promoted to Div 3, have a couple of weeks where you may not do anything, or you may hit a threshold, that 90th position, so on and so forth. Then your team does awfully, gets relegated again, and then you place again. You might get third. So you could bounce between divisions and probably quite comfortably win the higher tier rewards, because you think, obviously this is all a hypothesis here, but you win 300, you put a team out that gets 300 points, not very hard, you win 250 quid. Cool. If you want to win 250 quid, you need to place 5th if you want to win more than 250 quid in Division 1, or 6th to 10th to win 200. Those lineups there are going to be, especially in rare, 450, 500 points minimum to get that position, when it's going to be so much easier down here, which is very good news and very exciting news for, like I say, players like myself, that like my gallery valuation is, I think it's like 300 quid, so that's exciting. And obviously this is for rare, so we'll see what it is like for the other side of things. Then we have classic, which is going to be something that I'm playing a lot more, because I like the idea of still winning cards. Winning cards is exciting to me. So obviously we have got the tier systems. Division 4, you can only win up to tier 1, which is interesting, so you are going to want to get into Division 3 to win a star reward. And we know you do win boxes. So obviously we still don't know what's going on within the boxes themselves, but like it says, top 12 to 25% will win a light box. I'm going to assume a light box will contain like those arena tickets, the level up boosts, maybe some soul coins, that side of things. Standard boxes probably have got maybe some tier 5 cards in. Premium boxes probably are limited cards, I'd say, and maybe elite boxes are rare cards potentially. They may dictate what's actually in the boxes, but interesting to see, and obviously good to know. Right, classic champions, rare, 389 rewards across the game weeks. So that is very interesting to see, and potentially something we can deep dive into at a later date. Here we go. You can find all the other new prize pools in this dedicated blog. Okay, so let's open that. So we've got prize pools reveal. So for me, I'm going to be playing, here we go, limited in season, perfect. So this is what I want to see. This is what I want to know what's going on. Let's make that big for you guys. So this will be for me. This will be my Brighton stack. Yeah, if you've been following along, I have a Brighton stack. I have a Brighton collection that I can play out. So limited in season champions. Cool. Of course, currently, if I win the Premier League in season reward, I think it's like $1,800. But it's good to see that there is a good amount of financial gain within the divisions and the competitions. So that is something that I'm interested in seeing. Here we go, Premier League. So they are splitting the Premier League in season into divisions as well. First place is nowhere near as big a reward as current first place, but obviously, like I said, you want to be split into divisions, and I'm interested to see what they say and how they discuss around the divisions themselves. But you could be playing with a in-season stack of, let's say, Sheffield United, who are awful, but guess what? They play Crystal Palace, they beat them 1-0. they keep that clean sheet bonus, you get 350 points, you win Division 5. You could probably win Division 4 with that. Bang. That's $250 or $120. You're making good money. Yeah, that Sheffield United stack probably doesn't cost you a lot to put out. It's probably quite a cheap team. Yeah, let's say maximum $100. You've already made 100% profit and then 20% on top of that. Then you've got the rest of the season to do so. So this is very exciting. This is very interesting. I want to have a look at if they have it. I'm not in rare. I'm not in super rare. I'm definitely not in unique at the moment. One day we can all pray. Classic. Here we go. So how's classic working? Limited classic. So we've got the star rewards and the cash rewards as expected. Top 25% once again. So by the looks of things, the top 25% in every division are going to win a box, which is very interesting because I feel like people are going to, like, for me personally, in Rivals, I've probably opened 10 Rivals reward boxes. I've had 2 cards out of it. They've both been tier 5 limiteds, but they're still like £1 each or 50p each. It's still money at the end of the day and potential utilisation of those cards moving forwards. So if every week you're still able to get a box on top of Rivals winning the 3 consecutive game weeks and getting a box, chances are there's going to be a lot more rewards being opened, which could potentially crash the market, and the market is crashing at the moment. But I think the market's crashing because of everyone getting prepared to buy new players for whatever is going on, which we now have a much better insight as to what is going on, which I'm very excited for, as you can see by the smile. But if you're getting, let's say, 3 or 4 reward boxes a week from playing the game and 3 or 4 reward boxes a week from Rivals, you're getting 8 reward boxes across the week. Let's say every 2 weeks you get a card. You're not complaining, are you? You're in a very, very good position right there, which is something that's very, very interesting and good to note. So, spot on. Premier League as well. I'll be playing Premier League Classic as of August, when my Brighton stack is a Classic stack. Tier 5, Tier 4, and these are going to be Tier 5, Tier 4 Premier League cards. So these will be, I don't know, let's say Leeds, Leicester most likely get promoted. They haven't been playing too well, but Leeds or Leicester cards potentially, or like a Man United player that doesn't play, that side of things. But the Tier 3s, Tier 2s, Tier 1s and stars, like, interesting, you can win a star if you win Division 5. For me, that's like, right, my Brighton stack is not an Arsenal stack at the moment. It's not a Man City stack where I'm going to be fighting for these top places. But I could very easily, I think, especially with how Brighton have weeks where, for example, when they play Sheffield United, they won 5-0. Everyone within the top 100 basically had a Brighton stack. With the Premier League in-season competition, you could win Div 5, you could win Div 4, you could probably win Div 3. Cool, star or a Tier 1 alongside, like I said, 3 standard boxes. Happy days. That's very exciting to me. So this is very interesting as to see. Then we obviously have the challenges, which is the likes of like the Pro League, the MLS, so on and so forth, and contenders, which is all your second league divisions, which is still interesting. Like, it's still interesting they're giving out a star, they're giving out Tier 1s and Tier 2s within such low divisions where scarcity is not going to be as high. Now, I'm not going to look at the rare or the super rare. What I'd say is there's a lot of other so rare creators out there that are going to probably focus more on that position. So go watch their video, guys, because I'm purely here for what I think is my demographic and my audience, which is going to be the limited guys with the smaller stacks, the smaller lineups, the smaller galleries, but we're focusing on just purely limited. Let me just continue with here. Tiering adjustments. Okay, so we also want to share some adjustments related to tiering and our card rewards. Okay, cool, good to know. These changes aim to bring a more balanced and thrilling reward distribution across competitions, which is good. Obviously, lots of people have been having complaints about, for example, winning Tier 3s or Tier 2s, even stars that are DMPs. Like, yeah, they've got a high price point, but they're DMPs, they don't play. So potentially changing how the reward system is based, which is interesting. Tier adjustments for league-specific pools, and highlighting league-specific pools is interesting because it says, obviously, we're changing the tiers percentages for our league-specific competitions. Okay, so this applies to Premier League competition during the transition phase. So Classic Prem will be coming in and will extend to Bundesliga and La Liga. So currently I've got a La Liga stack, Premier League stack, and I will be looking to purchase a Bundesliga stack when I know what's going on as of next season, when they begin in August, which is good to know. So stars, an extra 3% of stars coming and getting released, which is good. Tier 1s, an extra 5%. Tier 2s, 0.9%. Tier 3s, Tier 4s and Tier 5s, all 23.6%. So there's less chance of winning Tier 5s, Tier 4s and Tier 3s, and more chance of winning Tier 2s, Tier 1s and stars, which is just great. It's just great news in general. Something we want to see. Of course, the chance of winning these is still going to be hard. Yeah, you know, like you still have to put in a very good lineup to win these rewards. However, this is what we want to see. This is what we want to know. We want bigger and better rewards every week. Those league-specific competitions include many of the top cards on the platform, of course. Therefore, the top 5% of players for those are truly stars, which I completely agree. Yeah, you look at the Prem, you look at Bundesliga, you look at La Liga, you look at how many of those players are actually in. If we go here and we go, what's the best way? Let me go gross, because I know Pascal Gross is an animal. And we go overall. I'm pretty sure, where's this? There's a way to see it. Apologies, guys. I know there's a way to see. I don't want to see the market scout player rankings. Here we go. So, All-Star, last 15. Right, Rodri, Prem, Hector Rare, MLS, Bergwijn. Actually, let's make it so we can actually see Champion Europe. Here we go. So, we've got Rodrigo, we've got Isco, we've got Ronaldo, we've got Gross, we've got Stanisic, we've got Foden, Melu, Son, De Bruyne, Van Dijk, Arnold, Jota, Cruz, Salah, McAllister, Mbappe. Elise has gone in there, but obviously he wouldn't be a star. Romero, Saka, Bellingham. Like, these players are the big prize players. So having 5% of those players within the lineups, like it says, these are truly the stars. So this is good. This is good news. It's exciting, especially if you play these lineups. Great. Like, I'm going to be playing these lineups. I'm very happy for this. And if you don't play these lineups and you're playing, let's say, a slightly smaller gallery, cool. Save your money. Save what the rewards you win. Sell those cards on and build into this, because you're going to be more likely to win the best rewards. So let's continue with this deep dive. Also, these adjustments acknowledge the unique competitive nature of the league-specific competitions and ensure a more meaningful representation of the top players. For instance, keeping 2% stars would restrict the number of players available for star rewards, preventing Sorare from regularly rewarding top quality cards. Yep, exactly what I just said. Perfect. Please note that our tiering percentages for all competitions, Champ, Challenger, Contenders, All-Star, Under-23s and Cap competitions remain unchanged. Okay, that's good to know. Current teams and everything that we're doing currently will stay the same. No complaints there. I'm enjoying how it's working. Tiering adjustments for unique pools. I'm going to skip past this because I don't have a unique. I don't know many people with uniques. They're just making it so that uniques, instead of having, like they say, from tier 0 to tier 6, it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Fair enough. If you want to look into it, then go and have a look at it yourself. More details about our division structure, which is exactly what we want to know and exactly what we want to look into. Let's take a look at the new exciting division structure. Now this is for me where we see for these game weeks where we can actually fit in. Because I know I've never won All-Star Limited. I don't think I'm ever going to win All-Star Limited, you know. Chances that's not going to happen. But can I win in Division 5, Division 4? Let's find out. And if you have stuck around for this length of video, then thank you very much. Like I say, I really do appreciate it. We're going to continue working hard. I'm going to continue to try and get out as many videos as possible for you guys as well. So let's continue. Managers now have a clearly defined path for progression. Experiencing the highs and lows of promotion and relegation, like the real world, climbing the ladder will unlock access to better rewards and, of course, manager prestige. Okay, so good to know. This provides an excellent chance for managers to demonstrate their skills by tactically leading their team to the top. During this transition phase, the division structure will be available for the following in-season and classic competitions: Premier League, Champions, Challengers and Contenders. Okay, so that's good to know how this is working. All-Star is going to remain the same. Cap modes are going to remain the same, but the new divisions that are being implemented will have divisions in. How will it work? In each competition, and for each scarcity, you'll be able to create up to 3 teams. Something we already knew about, something I'm excited about, having multiple stacks. We still don't know if From what I've heard, you won't be able to duplicate teams. That would be great, as in I wouldn't be able to put my Premier League in-season team into the Premier League competition and then have that same team in Champions, because I'm still using that one card. So that is a shame. Lots of people thought that may be the case, and it may still be the case. If it is the case, then I'm going to be having a laugh. But most likely it will just be how Premier League in-season is working at the moment, where you can enter up to 3 teams, and it could be 3 of the exact same team, but you need 3 sets of those cards, for example. Okay, but that is still something interesting to note. At the end of the game week, each of your teams can get promoted or relegated or stay in the same division and win rewards independently from each other, which is good to know. Please note that during this transition phase, not submitting a lineup won't lead to relegation. Okay, so if you don't submit a lineup, you're going to stay in your division. However, a team invalidated team due to a card listing will be relegated. So, by the sounds of things, you are able to crash yourself, like people have done back in the day. If you ever played FIFA or anything, where you just rage quit. Sounds like if you've got, let's say, into too high division and you're not winning rewards, or you do just want to try and get that star rare, by that star limited, that star super rare by winning Division 5, you could have the possibility of play a lineup, put a shit lineup out, drop out of the division, play a strong lineup, get promoted again, so on and so forth. And potentially it could be that we see every other week you're grinding for a reward, and in between you're trying to get relegated. Is that going to be more beneficial than trying to put your best team out every single week and win rewards? Who knows? We'll find out on March 29th. Your first team will be placed in a division based on your gallery strength for a specific competition. Okay, so this is interesting. Like I said, I thought we'd all start in Division 5. It doesn't look to be the case. In this case, apologies if you can hear there's a plane flying over. Gallery strength is determined by quality of cards you own that are eligible for competition. A Premier League star card contributes more to your Premier League gallery strength than a Premier League Tier 3 card. Right, so that is good to note. So if I play my Brighton stack, chances are Pascal Gross is going to put me into maybe that Division 1, but then because I'm playing Danny Welbeck, who's a Tier 3 card, I might go to Division 3, and then I put in a DMP player, I'll go down to Division 4, for example, which is interesting to note, and something that we're going to have to work around within issuing those lineups. If you submit a second team, it will compete in the division directly below the first one. If you submit a third, it will compete directly in the lowest existing division to through the starting position. Okay, so potentially this could be a tactic, and this will be something I'll go into and make some videos about, where you play a C team, a B team, and then an A team, but you submit them in that order. So even though your A team should be starting in Division 2, you're starting at the bottom of the division because it's the third team you submit. Now it depends on how tactical Sorare have been, and Sorare are a very good platform with the cards you submit, because they might just say it could be that what you submit 3 teams and we'll decide based on the quality of those teams which goes in the first. So we'll see. For example, if your first limited team is assigned Division 2 and you create 2 additional teams, they will compete in Division 3 and Division 5, which is what we knew, which is what I've just assessed from there. But like I'm saying, potentially it could be the case of I submit a team and it goes into Division 4. I put my B team Brighton stack out, which means my A team Brighton stack will go into Division 5, and then my other team will also be in Division 5. And you could have multiple teams in same divisions. So we'll see. Here's a breakdown of the promotion and relegation percentages and divisions numbers across scarcity. So we've got 5 divisions. 50% get promoted, 20% get relegated, 30%, 25, 20, 50. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So if you're fighting for those top tier places, chances are you're going to get promoted and relegated very, very regularly. And most people will probably remain around tier Division 3 and 4, because if 50% get promoted, so I'm gonna make a rough estimate. 2,000 people are in Division 5 for Premier League. 500 will get promoted, but only when we look back on the rewards pool, only 176 will actually get a reward, which is interesting. So just because you get promoted, you're not going to be in with a chance of getting a reward. Slightly smaller divisions for the obviously more scarce cards, which is kind of as expected. Our model has been designed so that after a few game weeks into the promotion and relegation system, the majority of lineups will be in the middle divisions, with fewer lineups in the highest and the lowest divisions. Perfect. I should really continue reading this before I make my assessments, shouldn't I? Because that's exactly what I just said. Most people will be 2, 3, 4. Advancing through divisions will not only unlock access to better card and better rewards, but also access to better reward boxes, which is something we noted at the start of this video when we saw the boxes. Here we go. A closer look to the reward boxes. Our reward box competition in December 2023 was a significant success, and in our response to positive feedback, reward boxes will be integrated into the prize pools, enhancing the thrill of the reward opening. Like I said, like this week, I won a tier 3 in Captive 40. If I'd won a tier 3 and 2 reward boxes, cool, it just makes it more interesting, more content for me, but also more for me to do on the game, so very cool. And increasing the percentage of managers who get to celebrate opening reward. That's another thing. You could go in with a budget team and, right, you might not win a card, but you might win a box. The quality of the box is directly tied to your division. The higher division, the better the box. During the transition phase, reward boxes will be available in every new classic competition. Okay, good to know. These boxes hold the potential to unlock cards from all tiers and scarcities. That's interesting. The note of all scarcities, because I was thinking, right, you could play Contenders Classic, which is basically the second division Europe and second division teams, but you could play second division, get a box, win a tier 1 super rare. Is that what they're saying? That could be potentially what they're saying, which you could put a £10 lineup out, get a box because you placed 50th. Your card that you win is worth £2 because you're in the lowest division. But your box, yes, of course, you're most likely going to get a tier 5 that's worth £2 as well. But if that box does actually contain, even if you get a tier 5 rare or tier 5 super rare, just because you got lucky, because you got in that 0.001%, you've gone up by 50 times your gallery worth, which is just so exciting. Cool. Let's see what else there is. Along with valuable level up items, okay, so it's not just cards, we've got level items that could be better to help you compete in the following game weeks. So that basically reveals that XP is still going to be a thing, which we know. Keep an eye out for an additional box items we will introduce in the future. So at the moment, they're just saying that you're going to win cards or XP bonus, which is pretty good. I'm happy winning both. Of course, we want to win cards, but XP bonus will lead to more cards. Imagine having a 20% bonus on a player. They did not mention anything to do with SO coins or anything to do with arena tickets, which makes me think we're not going to get the arena tickets, which is nice. That's only going to stay in rivals. SO coins was something that I thought about and potentially could happen, but not happening. Exciting card rewards await you in boxes. If we take the example of Division 1 Classic Champion Limited, okay, 11 star cards are up for grabs through the leaderboards, and the top ranked 11 each game week. On top of that, approximately 4 star players will be distributed through the elite boxes won in the division each week. So in the elite boxes, you're going to have a chance to win a star player. Out of 11, 4 win. So about a 36% chance of you getting another star after already winning a star from an elite box, as the example. You can aim for these rewards regardless of your ranking as long as you win a box in that division. Perfect. And remember, the higher the division, the greater number of high quality cards available in the boxes. Also, the percentages to get a card in a box varies depending on the competition and is approximately between 4 and 8%. Note that a better position gets you 3 boxes, meaning a 10 to 25% chance to get a card. Okay, so we know, looking at, let me open this in a new tab. So we know at the moment.
Okay, I've found this on the web for it.
Right, I don't know what's going on there. Apologies for that, guys. I'm not going to say the name, but it's a pain. We know at the moment, cool, with our reward boxes, we have got 5, 6, it's about a 7% chance of reward in rivals. Okay, the rest is arena ticket and more arena tickets. So looking at this, depending on the competition and the box varies. So I'm assuming if you get a light box, which is the lowest one, you probably have a 4% chance of a card, and it'll be split similar to, for example, this, where, cool, limited 5%, tier 4 1.5%, and then it'll go lower, lower, lower. And I'm assuming if you, let's say, win the elite box, it's going to be 8%. So the best box is double the chance of winning a card than the worst box. But like it says, you get 3 boxes. So you have, it says meaning, but this doesn't work. It says note that a better position gets you 3 boxes, meaning 10 to 25% chance to get a card. That's wrong. And the reason why that's wrong is if you think about, like, let's say FIFA, and they have their percentages on there, every box or every pack is unique. So it might say you have an 85, let's say you have a 1% chance of winning, of opening and getting a team of the year. That doesn't mean that in 100 packs, one of those packs is going to contain a team of the year. What that means is you have a 1% chance every single time you open 100 packs. It's not 1% times 100, because it's only 1% each time, if that makes sense. If you guys can see what I'm putting across. So yes, you have 3 chances, but you still only have 3 chances at 4 to 8%. You don't have 3 chances, meaning you get a 25% chance, if that makes sense. Please note, unique competitions won't feature reward boxes during the transition phase, as their integration into this scarcity is more delicate due to supply constraints. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Take a look at the overview of the different boxes and their place in pools. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, I think it's just taking us, yeah, it's taking us back to here, so potentially, here we go. Boxes are here. Have we got an actual, no. So it's the same thing as before. It's the same link. I wish they gave us something like this, where we can actually see. That'd be so much better, but we still don't know. It just says, obviously, you've got basic box, light box, standard box, premium box, and elite box. So there's 5 different tiers of boxes. So I'm going to assume each box gives you an extra percentage chance of winning a card, is going to be my assumption there, guys. With approximately 25% of lineups receiving boxes through classic competitions each game week. Okay, cool. 1 in 4 lineups that you put out will get a box. The depth of the gallery could be the key to unlocking fantastic prizes. Every type of card from all different tiers can be instrumental in securing a card or reward box every game week, adding an extra layer of excitement to the competitions. Good to know. Still, I'd like to know a better insight as to what's going on there. Unleashing special weeklies for all to enjoy. Cool, I've been enjoying special weeklies. The introduction of a new gameplay means special weekly competitions now play a bigger role in delivering innovative game formats, adding variety to gameplay and creating additional opportunities to win exciting prizes. To that end, we'll run more frequent special weeklies to keep the game fresh and keep managers on their A game instead of 2 to 3 long competitions like Winter Special. Perfect. Celebrating America and Asia, we are going to bring substantial rewards to some of the most engaging special weekly competitions. Be on the lookout for MLS Masters Special. Following the model of our Premier League Winter Special, it will feature a whopping £150,000 in cash prizes split across 3 game weeks and will start March 22nd. So this is actually special weeklies coming out prior to everything else coming out, which is very exciting. Here are a few additional details about this competition. Entry requirements are slightly more lenient than in-season competitions. Limited 2 classic season cards allowed. Okay. 461, 463, 468, 280 points cap. The total cash prices will be split by scarcities. Okay, so what that means basically is, if you don't already, you need in-season American and Asian cards, which means their price is going to boom after their price already boomed. But that is good to know. That is good to know. I may be doing a little bit of investing. I would opt, if you guys are going to opt into this, play your old season goalkeeper and forwards. They're the cheapest cards, and then the in-season defenders and midfielders. Here we go. Limited £37,500 across the 3 weeks. Cool. Don't worry, as cash special weeklies will also be coming to other much-loved leagues of part of the world, which is interesting. And here's the Asian weekly prize pool. So we also have the K-League prize pool as well, and J-League prize pool, which is very interesting. More to come. The fun does not end there. We're also excited to expand on a set of special competitions with various card requirements delivering a wider range of prizes, including cards, jerseys, merchandise, and real-world experiences. Rest assured that we will focus on some of these competitions to ensure the midweek game weeks are more engaging than ever, which is great because lots of people can't play midweek because it's normally just Champions League games, so on and so forth. As an example, you can anticipate us celebrating the midweek European and Latin America regional competitions in April with special weekly formats celebrating exciting rewards and special rewards. These competitions will be capped and there won't be any in-season card requirements, which is good to note. In these competitions, you will have the opportunity to win cards from all teams participating in those regions. Perfect. That's not all. We've been listening to manager ideas and working diligently to create engaging, dynamic, and rewarding special weeklies to show off your skills and take on a new challenge. If you enjoy specialist jersey lovers, get ready to be surprised with more enjoyable and entertaining concepts that will give utility to cards of all tiers. We are particularly excited to experiment with new formats that include bringing rivals tactics, interesting, to special weeklies, as well as competitions where collections scores are boosted for given game weeks. So this is just basically saying, right, if you've got stacks and collections, we're going to reward you for being someone that buys a lot of cards, being someone that supports a team, so on and so forth. For any special weekly competition, the details including prizes, entry requirements and format will be announced approximately 2 weeks before the first game week competition locks. Perfect. We are gradually expanding special weekly plans during this in-season phase with the other competitions still in place. Expect our special weekly plans to become more ambitious next season once the transition is complete. What else can I expect? This is more. There's just more content, more going on. Coin reward distributions will be revisited ahead of the transition phase. We will share more. Okay, so obviously, you get 200 points in the All-Star, you're going to get 50 coins, 250, 100 coins, so on and so forth. No one cares that much. New common card format. As mentioned, we are making changes to the amateur and kickoff format to improve, guiding new pro managers early on, helping them feel like they are learning and making progress, which is good because a lot of people need to come to people like myself when they start the game, and I have to spend hours trying to explain how the game works to them, whereas if there's a much easier common card format for new people on the platform, that is going to be great. The biggest change is merging the draft and the team composition. Managers will no longer draft 8 cards, swap them week over week, and then choose 5 to play. Instead, managers will directly create their team from all players in corresponding league. With no cap restrictions, when game weeks end, managers will be able to draft any 5 cards they want for the following game week. No common cards remain in the manager's gallery, just like rivals. Interesting. So but it says there's no cap restriction. So surely that means everyone's just going to be playing. For example, you have a Liverpool, Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, McAllister, Salah type position. But we'll see. As an integral part of the new pro game, relegation and promotion will play a key role in the new common card format. Managers will earn reward boxes as they get promoted with 2 different competitions, a basic tutorial and the advanced tutorial, similar to kickoff. Perfect for new managers. Card availability before the start of the next season. We acknowledge concerns about cards potentially not being available when the new football season begins, and we want to emphasise that we are diligently working to ensure that the cards are ready when the season begins. We aim to celebrate the start of the European season in August, and we are committed to making sure that everyone is prepared for this occasion. Okay, so we can expect the new cards to be minted relatively soon. Revamp lobby, just to go ahead, and that is that. So, a long old video going over the new transition to Sorare Pro 2024. Some very exciting topics discussed there. I'm very excited to see how these reward boxes are looking, what the percentage of cards are, how the divisions are actually going to transition when we play the game, and of course that new MLS Specialist Weekly is something that I'm going to be looking at getting my hands on and getting stuck in with. So that is the video. Apologies for the length. As always, there's always a lot to go through with these. I hope I've managed to get your brain ticking, get you planning some strategies, and get you thinking about what you want to be doing with regards to your Sorare galleries. Now that is going to be the video. As always, if you have made this far, I do greatly appreciate it. Please drop a like and subscribe to the video, and I'll be back again for another video.